Hi, my name is Mary Wong. I'm a registered traditional Chinese medicine practitioner and acupuncturist in downtown Toronto, founder of Alive Holistic Health Clinic, and author of Pathways to Pregnancy. And tonight, I have our special guest, who is our lovely, fabulous practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine as well, an acupuncturist in the same office, Tanya Smith. And it was her crazy idea, I have to say. It's not my idea. But she was so excited going to Loblaws and seeing that there was this big display of crickets, mealworms, and so Loblaws, for those of you that do not know, is the largest retailer in Ontario. I don't know if they're in different parts of Canada as well. Yeah, is it in BC?
Name, but...
Oh, okay. So anyway, yes. So it's all across Canada, and as a large retailer carrying insects, that's pretty amazing.
Exactly. That's what I was so excited. So I've been hearing about the official name for bug eating is entomophagy, and I've been hearing about it for years as a sustainable protein source. But when I looked into okay, how could I actually incorporate that in my life? I had to order from a company in the States, and all of the difficulty that goes along with that. And so when I saw this gigantic display of bug products in a grocery store down the street from me, I was so excited. This is my chance to actually
It's
try
her
these.
dream. Okay, so it's her dream, not my dream. And the reason we thought that it's actually an important post is because we talk about health, and we're always looking for a really good quality protein, because unfortunately a lot of us don't get enough good diversified protein source, and especially those that are like vegetarians or vegans. So here it is a great source, and I have to say I was really hesitant, but I got really excited when I contacted this company, which is Entomo. I hope I pronounced it okay. And the person I spoke to, Stacy Golden, gave me so much fabulous information that I'm going to share with you today. So I want to give her a shout out. So thank you so much, Stacy, for supplying or telling us all about these products. And I also want to give a shout out to Karen Gums. I'm not sure if I am pronouncing your name properly, but hopefully I am, as well as John Carlo, who is the manager at the Loblaws at Maple Leaf Gardens. I don't think the bugs are being sold at every store, but certainly this is one of the larger stores, and it's in the trendy part of town, so I figure that's the best place to sell it, right? So thank you so much for supplying the samples, and we're gonna try it. I have to say that before we turned this video on, she was already munching. So we'll see if I can do it. I promised that I would, so I think I will. But where's the other stuff? I'm probably a bit more keen. Oh, you know what? Everything's backwards just because of the Facebook Live thing. But this is cricket powder, cricket protein powder. So I think that's much more palatable to me because it's literally powder, so it's non-recognizable. So for those of us who are a little bit shy, we might start off with something like that. So I think this is totally doable. And I'm gonna say, if my husband's watching, we're gonna make smoothie tomorrow with this.
Well, the cool thing about the protein powders, you can sub it out for a protein powder you're already using. So in your smoothies or in your pancakes, or there's all sorts of different ways to use it. And it's a great way if you're either sensitive to or you're trying to avoid dairy protein powders, as well as
like the whey protein powder that they have. Yeah,
and then
for sure.
Most of the vegan ones are kind of legume based, like pea protein or soy protein. And so this is another alternative if you're sensitive to or trying to avoid either of those.
Diversifying. So now there's only one thing that I do want to add, and there is a label here, basically an allergy warning. So those of you that have any kind of shellfish allergy, they don't recommend it. So you're probably thinking, yes, that's good. But for the rest of us who aren't having shellfish allergy, it is a really great option. And I'll go through it with you guys about what it's going to give you. So here's another sample, which is... It's a different company, but I thought we'd just show you because it's...
These are tortilla-style cricket chips.
There you go. cricket chips. That I can also handle.
And I had, last week I had a protein bar. So it had 12 grams of protein in a bar with a bunch of other stuff, and it tasted good.
So that's a great
protein
segue.
bar.
Yeah. So when we're talking about great protein bars, so here's the fact. Okay. What I asked was, is this truly a full whole protein? Because there are 20 amino acids that make up protein, and we need all of them as part of the building blocks to life. And what I always say is when people are trying to conceive, we really do need a good, valuable source of protein because we're trying to create life. Building blocks to life require protein. So I asked the company, well, are crickets full of amino acids? And apparently, crickets have, so I'm just reading out what she replied, full amino acid complement including all essential amino acids. The concentration is twice that of meat pound for pound, and many important ratios are in much better balance. So compared to beef, there's much higher concentrations of essential minerals, and that includes iron and zinc, copper, magnesium, and it is in fact more available and absorbable by the gut. And the other piece that she said yesterday was that, where was it? Oh yes, so it contains prebiotic fiber, so helping us keep that gut biome really healthy, right? So I don't know if you know, but naturally we have lots of bacteria in our gut. And some of it we call it friendly and others not so friendly. So this is all good friendly stuff. Mm-hmm. And then these insects are also very high in vitamin B12, 20 times more B12 than beef, which is like crazy.
Yeah, especially if you're thinking of using it as a vegetarian or vegan, where B12 is difficult to
Absolutely.
access.
Yeah, and unfortunately there's a lot of B12 deficiency and iron deficiencies that we do come across when we are dealing with vegetarians and vegans.
Yeah,
and
it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. And this company is actually telling us that some vegetarians and vegans are in fact opting to eat these insects. So I guess that works, right? Because it's...
Well, especially because if they're vegetarian or vegan for environmental reasons, like they're really concerned about the sustainability of meat production, which I think is a valid concern, this is a sustainable protein source. It requires way less resources than meat production, and gives you, a great quality protein source that has some of the things that are missing in a vegetarian or vegan diet. So I think it's fantastic.
And then so to add on to what you're saying, if a family of 4 chose insects as their main source of protein for just 1 day a week, they would save the planet over 655,000 liters of water a year. That's one family.
1 day.
1 day. That's insane.
Yeah, even better than soy.
Yes. So that's why when I say, wow, I was actually pretty excited learning about this, and it makes me think, wow, I could maybe eat this, but again, more in the approachable form probably for me. Not like this one who's much more daring than I. But I do have to say that when I was in Thailand 20 years ago or so, I was in the, in the northern village, and we were hiking around, and one of the cooks, they actually made stir-fried dung beetles. But of course, it was okay because it was like covered with fish sauce, and it was stir-fried with other flavors. So really, that's all I tasted, with a crunch. Right? And so today, I'm not 100% sure I'm convinced that I can do this, but I might, because these are just naturally roasted. So there's no like extra flavors. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not promising you anything.
All right.
I'll definitely take a little dab of the protein powder, though. That I'll do for sure.
And I'm not too sure, but I think the protein powder is just the ground up crickets. I don't think there's anything else in there. It's not clear on the label, but that's what I'm thinking. So if you did buy the roasted ones and decided that cricket eating wasn't for you, you could grind them up in your blender and make powder.
Right. Yes. So you can like blend it up and nobody can tell, especially your family if you're hiding it from them. But apparently your family with little kids are totally okay with it. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, so yes, our family is we're adventurous eaters, and we like to try new things. So we have tried these things before. So crickets and mealworms. We also often will catch ants while we're out, and we'll eat those.
Okay, are you eating those live?
Yeah, the
Fresh.
ants are live.
Okay,
Yeah.
these are like really fresh.
They're very lemony. Yeah.
Lemony?
Yeah.
Lemony fresh. You're not adding lemon.
No. Just like one by one. Anyways, we digress.
We are digressing. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and one other thing, Stacy Golden from Antomo Farms says that our insects are free range, harvested only at the end of their life cycle, so they're very ethically aware of how they treat their livestock. So for this reason and the above reasons, many vegans and vegetarians are open to incorporating insects in their diet. It also helps that insects don't taste like meat or look like meat, obviously. Crickets taste nutty. I'll tell you, if that's really the case. And in powder form can be baked, cooked into your favorite foods, or added to smoothies, sauces, and dips. So while I went to Loblaws, and I'm sure you saw it too, there were other companies, and they also had it in the form of like a bolognese sauce, which is like a pasta sauce. What else was there? I think they had flour too, right?
Yeah.
So anyway.
All right.
Can I do this? Wait, one more thing. Oh, yes. No, this is actually the most important piece. So when we're saying, okay, if it's a great source of protein, well, how much protein does it provide, right? So when you take 10 grams of cricket powder,
So
just
this
show them.
entire thing is 56. So it's a small package.
And 1 tablespoon, there'll be 7 grams of protein. And what do we say about it requires one man about 50 grams of protein a day to sustain a healthy life. All right? So, their recommendation, so have some 2 tablespoons of cricket powder in your smoothie with a couple of pancakes made with cricket powder. Then for lunch, you can have some lettuce wraps with some whole roasted seasoned crickets. Oh, do you want to get some crickets on the table so that people can see?
Yes.
And they have even like barbecue or chili lime flavored crickets.
They're
You can
crunchy.
get that? So it adds crunch. And you could easily put 3 tablespoons of whole roasted into each wrap. And the whole roasted crickets are 10 grams, therefore 7 grams of protein in the 2 tablespoons. So what that means to me is when you're eating 2 tablespoons of protein, you have to eat twice as much of these things.
Of the bulk crickets.
Ooh, we can't do. I have to bring it over so people can see. Can you see? Okay, so people would have to eat 2. Well, imagine this is not 2
That's about
tablespoons.
1
This is
tablespoon.
like barely 1. Is it moving? Is that moving?
No. They're roasted.
Okay, no, they are roasted, but I swear it's moving. No?
No.
No.
Not
Okay.
moving.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill and